Hi, everybody. Hey, October 6th. It's Wednesday. Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. Oh, I love Wednesday. Oh, just got to get a little comfortable here. I've been in this chair most of the day. Been kind of a rough ride. Hey, I'm going to shout out these folks that have been out in the chat. First person that popped in tonight was Will the Rocker. Yeah, it will. And then Kathy Gahan. Right. There we go. There's Kathy. And then we had John with Adventures in the Heartland. And who else did we have jump in here? They were just chatting away. TM. My chat's not showing everybody because Rebecca Felter was in here earlier too. But it's not up. She's not up here for some reason. Ingalls family. Great to see ya. There's Mary Jones. Hi, Mary. There's Allie. Allie. Oops. Allie. Hi, sweetie. You'll find out who Allie is a little, just a little bit. Hey, look at here. Peppers in Kentucky Living. Awesome. Great group of folks in here throwing little mentions out in the chat. Yeah, that's cool. Love it. I love comments. I love that. There's Tim with Kirk Whipper, Voyager Center. Haha. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. Oh, there's my sweetie. There's Crazy Ann. Roadrunner. Beep beep. LOL. Yeah. I'll tell you what. This last week, last week was pretty interesting for me out at camp. I'm busy kind of adjusting things in camp and trying different little things to make camp life, that much more comfortable. But hey, Joey, good to see you, Joe. But I did a video last week that's going up this weekend for you folks to see, kind of explaining things that were going on the week before. But the things that went on then are still going on now. Hey, James, chasing the Reapers in the house. Good to see you. I spent a lot of time thinking through how this season went out at camp. And now I've got lots of plans for how they're going to go next season out at camp. It'll be even more comfortable. It'll go even slicker than it did this year. So I'm excited. Hey, great to see you there, Harry, Metal Music Maniac. Great to see you, man. Yeah, I last week I was telling you folks that I decided to quit using my fold down Murphy bed and I strung a hammock in my adventure trailer. And hi, Lori J. And I had tried it out a bit before I streamed last Wednesday and said, yeah, that was pretty comfortable. You know, it's like being rocked, you know, like you're a baby, you know, in a hammock. I did not think I would like it as much as I do. Okay. So all of last week, every night in the hammock, sleeping. Last night, I came home yesterday instead of this morning. Last night, I slept in my regular bed the same day. I've had this bed for about, oh, heck, 10 years or more. Hey, Jadzia, great to see you, sweetie. And I've always loved my bed. It's a sleep number bed, you know, air bed. Oh, it's comfortable as can be, right? Oh, I hate that bugger. Hate that. I think I'm sleeping on the couch tonight. Can't wait to get back and in my hammock. Hey, Kimberly Ferris, great to see you. Great to see you, sweetie. Yeah, I've gotten so spoiled with that hammock that last night, oh, I slept, but I woke up this morning, all the way from my neck down my shoulder, my collarbone, my whole right arm ached like the devil from sleeping in a real bed. I gotta have a hammock. I gotta have a hammock. Well, I talked to Running Water yesterday, and I told him, I said, you know, there's gotta be an answer to this issue, you know, this problem of my not getting good sleep. And the hammock seems to be the answer. The only problem is there's no way my landlord's going to let me put anchors in the wall with hammock hangers in my bedroom. My landlord would have a fit. So I'm going to buy myself a hammock stand that's designed for indoors or outdoors. I got the measurements of the stand and I measured the room. It'll fit in my bedroom just perfect. So I'm going to order me one of those as soon as I get home from camp. I'll probably have to spend about a week in my old bed, but then I'll have the hammock, and I'll be sleeping in the hammock at home. I am sold. I am sold. It is so doggone comfortable. The yeah, I'm taking a look at the chats, making sure I'm not missing anything important, right? Yeah, yeah. You know, there's got to be something important in my live stream. Maybe the chat, something out in the chat will be important, right? The yeah, I have enough room. I measured my bedroom out, and the way that hammock's going to sit in the bedroom is going to be from one corner of the room towards the foot of it will be facing the door to the bedroom, and I'll have all kinds of room at the base, at the foot of it. Plus, I'll have both sides for a nightstand, and I've got another antique table in there. And there's actually going to be more room. That, yeah. Thanks, Allie. All right, folks, I got to tell you who Allie is. Allie Wilkes is my granddaughter, and she's a sweetie. She's a sweetie. Running Water, that's Running Water's daughter. Running Water told me Allie's going to be in town. and we're going to go to the Apple Fest. And after we go to the Apple Fest, maybe we'll come down and see you. And I said, well, would you be interested? Would you be interested in going and exploring an abandoned house? Oh, Allie was all, oh, yeah, she's all for it. Boy, yeah, let's go. So they showed up on Saturday and we went and explored an abandoned house together. Um, it was a blast. And boy, do I have some good video. We videoed from the time we pulled in that driveway all the way till we were ready to get in the truck and leave. And there's some really good spots in that video. That'll be going up not this weekend, but the following weekend. You could say that's going to be my Halloween video. It was a creepy old house. It was a pretty creepy old house. And it's, oh, yeah. And you saw the group picture of me and Running Water and Allie. Yeah, yeah. The house is, the original house was built 1920. So that's 100 years ago. And yeah, Allie explored another house on Sunday. I got to see the pictures you sent your dad. Yeah. The hi, Mr. Fulton. Lori J. I got to go back, guys. Lori J. is saying that I missed a question. Well, I must have missed it. I'm looking back. I hear those beds are really expensive because I was thinking about getting one. Oh, you're talking about the Select Air beds? Yeah, yeah. They're not terribly cheap. They're not terribly more expensive than a good quality bed. To me, they're well worth the little extra money. They are a little more expensive, but not terrible. I love the Sleep Number bed because you can get it as hard or as soft as you want it. But I've gotten spoiled in the hammock, so yeah. The Will the Rocker's mom's house was in 1920. Born and raised in it. There you go. The last house that my folks purchased was in 1964, and it was my mother stayed in it all the way into the 80s. And that was a very old house at the time when we purchased it. I was still just a kid. What would that? I would have been 7 years old when we moved, right around 6 years old when we moved into it, I guess. Yeah. No, that wasn't 1964. We moved into that house in 1962. I'm sorry. So I was only 5 at the time. Because I was born in the perfect year, the 1 year that Chevrolet really hit it. They come out with the best cars. 1957. To me, there ain't nothing better than a 1957 Impala or Bel Air or a 1957 Vet. The old Stingrays. Oh, lordy. Yeah, 1957. So there was something better than me born in that year. And that was the 1957 Chevy. Yeah, those sleep number beds. That's why I ended up having one. It was actually my father-in-law's, and he had passed away, and he had only had it for a couple of years, if that. And so I bought it from my mother-in-law. Bought it from my mother-in-law, and she didn't like it. I like it. Yeah, I like being able to sit there and adjust that bugger to where I'm comfortable. Yeah. But yeah, I woke up this morning feeling crippled. That's the first time I've ached like that when I got up in the morning. Yeah, so I'm looking at these. Well, I told Running Water, I said, I'm going to buy a hammock stand and put it in my house, in my apartment. And he goes, well, I've got one, implying, well, I got one. Why are you going to get one? Yeah, I got one. You can take that, Before he could say any more, I said, well, I'll find one that I really like and I'll buy it, Basically, I'm going to be buying the same one he's got. But that boy, he buys enough stuff for his old man. I'm buying this one. They're not that terribly expensive, $125 for a really good one. But actually, the one that he's got is $125. And I put that in my cart. I think I'll get that one. Then I did a little searching. I found the same bed, or bed frame, found the exact same one for $109. It's the exact same company, everything. Same frame for $109. So, yeah, I saved myself almost $20. Yeah. Yeah, Allie, that's not a bad price. Yeah. Heck. Well, and that's cheap enough that I started nosing around and, I'll get myself a new hammock too. Or in the house. I've got one for camp in the trailer. I'll get one for in the house. Separate one. I bought a single and I tried sleeping in that for the first 2 nights I had it. And it's not that it's uncomfortable, except I can't lay on my side in the dang thing. It's just too small. I try to lay on my side and it seems awkward laying on my side in a single hammock. That big double hammock, man, I flip-flop roll in that thing just like I was in a regular bed. Yeah, that's how comfy it is. Yeah. Sleeping on a bed, it's like medicine for the back. Going a different bed, not fun. Yeah. See, and that was my problem is I got so used to my select number bed that if I stayed in a motel or if I stayed at somebody's house and slept in a different bed, conventional type mattresses, even the high-end ones, oh man, my back would kill me. Yeah. I needed that select number to be comfortable. That's why I was nervous switching to the hammock out at camp. I thought, I'll try sleeping in that thing and I'll probably get up and not be able to get out of it, Oh, heck no. Boy, I get up in the morning, I roll right out of that hammock, no problem. Just feel like $1,000,000. Have a mattress, firm bed, came free with electric back frame lift. I never use. Oh, wow. That's something they have now too, is those select number beds, those air beds. You can get those with the splits in them so that you can put them in a contour bed frame where you can adjust, like a hospital bed, adjust the legs up under your knees or the back. But it's still a select number bed. It's still an air bed. Now, if I was going to buy a conventional type bed again, I think I go with one of those. There's nothing like sitting in bed, being able to put the back up, get your legs kind of rolled over so that you're like in a recliner and watch TV. And then fall asleep. Yeah. Can you sleep on your belly in a hammock? I'm a belly sleeper. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Believe it or not, you can. Believe it or not, you can. I thought it would make me curve too much to sleep on my belly. If you got your hammock mounted right, you don't get as much curve in it. And I don't have any trouble sleeping on my stomach, except I wear a CPAP machine. And if I sleep on my stomach, if I'm not thinking and I roll the wrong direction, well, that hose goes under between my head and pillow. Next thing I know, I'm yanking the hose out of my CPAP machine or yanking the whole dang machine off the shelf. Hey, Tales of a Campground Host is in the house. Okay, Lori says, aren't you afraid of flipping out of the hammock in the middle of the night? Actually, no. Well, I wasn't sure, because I haven't slept in a hammock enough to really know, but I have now. You have to lay at an angle in the hammock. I don't. Well, I kind of do when I'm on my side because I got my knees up, bent. Yeah, but I usually, boy, and I'm not a back sleeper at all. But boy, I can back sleep in that hammock. I lay in there, and yeah, it's so comfortable. Hey, Will says he has to wear a CPAP every night. He's supposed to sleep on my back, and I'm a side sleeper. Yeah, I'm a side sleeper too. I can sleep on my back now, but I'm a side sleeper. But see, I don't use a full mask. CPAP. I wonder why. You think I'd have some air leakage with all this fur on my face? So I wear nasal pillow with a head strap. Just a nasal pillow with the hose running off of it. We tried a full face mask and we got one where it sealed pretty good, even with all the fur, But it had to be so snug. It was uncomfortable. It was just so doggone uncomfortable. So they said, try this nasal pillow mask. And the only problem with the nasal pillow mask is you have to consciously be able to sleep with your mouth closed. You can't be a mouth breather because you have to keep your mouth closed and just breathe through your nose. And for me, it works like $1,000,000. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That way you're not a banana if you're laying somewhat at an angle in your hammock. And that's where a double hammock comes in handy. You got the room, you got the space to turn side so that you're at about 30-degree angle in the hammock. But I did find in the way you tie out your hammock, too, you can control that bow in it. You can flatten it out quite a bit. Yeah, I have to jump back to Tales of a Campground Host. Folks, if you haven't gone to Tales of a Campground Host YouTube page, please do. Go over there, check it out. watch a video or two and give them a sub. And yeah, tell them, just leave a comment. Tell them Sty sent me. I'm trying to help this fella out. I'd like to see his channel grow. And he's a fellow host out there with the Forest Service. And I've got a video going up on Sunday. I have to qualify that and say we have videos going up on Sunday. He's got the same video I've got going up on Sunday. His is filmed and edited his way. Mine is filmed and edited my way. And what it is it's him and I having an open discussion on campground expectations. What kind of expectations do people have when they come to the campground versus what kind of expectations a host or the Forest Service has when they come to the campground? And it's a little long. It's about 40 minutes, I guess, something like that. 45 minutes, maybe. I don't know. I'm not done. Oh, yes, I am done with it. I don't even remember how long it is. It's kind of long, but it's a great conversation that just keeps moving along. So it's worth to sit and watch when you have the time to sit and watch it. Watch half of it, come back later, watch the other half, whatever it takes. I think you'll get a kick out of it. Lori's saying that wouldn't work for me because I am a mouth breather at night. Can't wait. Can't tell you how many times I've woken up in the middle of the night and had slobber all over my pillow. Yeah. Yeah, maybe it's 50 minutes. Yeah, I think you're right. I think mine's like 50 minutes. 51 minutes with the intro and exit. I don't know. Yeah, it's something right on there. I couldn't cut it. There was only one little spot I was able to do an edit. Otherwise, there was nothing I could edit out of it. It was terrible. Allie says, that video will give me something to do in my downtime at work. There you go. There you go. You wait till the video of us exploring that house comes out. I got to tell you guys, keep your eyes out, not this weekend, but the following weekend for that video. I'll remind you next Wednesday too, because something happens somewhere in that video that's a oh shit moment. It's like, oh no. And guess what? It didn't happen to Sty. That ain't even a spoiler. But what happened, I'm not giving you the details, but what happened, the awesome part of it is, and that I'm having a little issue editing it, but I'll get it. I'll get it squared away. What happened was filmed from two different perspectives. So you get to see it from two different views. One point of view and one as a third party. So, but I tell you what, once we knew everybody was okay, like Allie says, yes, it was. Yeah. Oh my God, did we? I laughed my ass off. Yeah, you'll love it. You'll love it. Hey, Adventures in the Heartland says our video of our Juniper Rock with you, Sty, turned out great, is what he's trying to say. Yes, I loved it. I loved it. He got the part in there where Jan asked me, Sty, is this Juniper? And I said, yeah, don't eat the berries, man. They're poisonous. Don't eat them damn things. But many a king back in medieval days was poisoned with junipers. But I screwed up. I should have said, no, those are blueberry bushes on top of Juniper Rock. They didn't name it Juniper Rock for nothing. I should. We kind of did talk about that, but not on tape, on video. But yeah, it's kind of funny. Is this Juniper up here on Juniper Rock? I was wondering. Yeah, I love how we can innocently say something and go, oh yeah, duh. I just love it. I love it. Yeah, Mary Jones, wasn't that? I, you know, yeah, Blueberry Hill TM. Uh, yeah, Mary, it was a beautiful hike. So far, every hike with John and Jan has been awesome. I just love it when they come and visit. And we go do something a little different, explore a different area, The you know, I got a video going that you'll see this weekend on the channel of the fall colors. Okay. I did not get the opportunity to hike up to Bob's Rock. I didn't get the opportunity to go up to St. Peter's Dome. I didn't get the opportunity to go up on the Pinocchio Range. Now, if it's not raining tomorrow, I'm going to probably stop at the Pinocchios and see how the colors look and maybe film up there. But same with Juniper, I didn't have the opportunity to get back up there. When I had time to spare, it was cloudy and misty and rainy. And you get up there and all you'd see is haze. And I talked to a few folks that did St. Peter's Dome on those days, and they said it was a wasted hike. They got up there and they said you can only see about a half a mile if you're lucky. And so what I did was I was doing all my chores the other day at the campgrounds. And one of my campgrounds is Stock Farm Campground. And that campground is about 16 miles from Black Lake. And Black Lake is another, 10 miles or so from Black Lake. So what I did was the colors were beautiful on that road trip to go do my work chores. So I set the camera on the dash of the truck and I filmed a lot of the route from one campground all the way to from Stock Farm all the way to Black Lake and to Moose Lake. And I like the way it turned out. And now that video, please, if you don't want to sit and watch all the colors, start it and just listen to the music in the background while you do something else. Because I only talk to you right in the front end, and then all of it is all background music while you're going down all those backcountry gravel roads and get to see the beautiful colors. Then at the end, there's just a couple of minutes, maybe, if that, at the end when I'm saying goodbye with a beautiful, colorful backdrop at a campground, at Moose Lake Campground. So I think you'll enjoy that. At least I got some fall color. But fall here has been really strange. About half of our maple trees have already turned. They turned 2 weeks ago. Psst, they're done. We didn't get the bright red pop out or the bright orange that just, boom, it's right there. We didn't get a lot of that, very little of that. And now the second half of the maples are starting to turn, and some of the aspen have a lot of it's already turned. And it was kind of a dirty yellow this year. It wasn't a bright yellow. The birch are starting to turn, and they look like they'll be bright yellow. Um, the Mystic Bunny, yay! Fall color drive. Yeah, I had fun actually filming it. Now, Crazy Ann's going to say, "Well, you're driving like a maniac again." No, actually, I'm not going that fast. It just looks that way on the camera, for crying out loud. I hate that. I film it, and then I get home and I download it and I play it back and I go, holy God, looks like I'm just flying down them damn roads. And I'm not. I'm not really. I'm not. Crazy Head says, yes, you are. The Allie says, I'm excited to see the colors. Yeah, they're breathtaking when I was up this past weekend. They were. The colors were good when Allie and Running Water stopped to see me at camp. That was so enjoyable. Now, literally, I haven't seen my granddaughter in person in years. Oh, yeah, yeah. That was, yeah, yeah. That hit old Sty's heart to see Allie, my little granddaughter. She's one of the 3 grandchildren that I have tattooed on me. I have a portrait of her when she was just a little girl. Yeah. He drive like he stole the car and the gas. Yeah, slow the video down. You know, Travis, you're right. I had thought about that. Yeah, Allie was only 5 years old. The portrait that I've got of her on my chest. She was only 5. She was wearing this awesome plaid outfit with a plaid hat. Oh yeah. That tattoo is one of my favorites. She was just adorable. Well, she still is. Yeah. But then I'm a little prejudiced, aren't I? Have a fall color drive on Scenic 38 on our way home. They have to get put up. There you go. Get them put up. Get them put up. I told Running Water that I was going to try to get the creepy house video up for this weekend. And he goes, so soon before Halloween? Then I thought about it and I thought, no, it'll be the week after. So it'll be up for a couple of weeks. It's the Halloween month, so it'll be up for the last half of the month. Yeah. What, you were 5 when you last? No, you weren't. I saw you up here in Ashland, girl. I saw you up in Ashland here, and it was a fleeting visit. And I'm trying to remember where it was we met up. It was at a restaurant or something. No, it was down at the park across from the shopping center area east of town. It was down in that park, and we only got to visit for a very short while. You were getting ready to head off to school, I believe, at that time. See, you forgot. You're worse than me, girl. See, you're getting that from me. I forgot. Oh my gosh. The yeah, 5 years ago. Yeah. Yeah. I thought you were saying you were 5. If you were 5 years ago, oh my gosh. You're not Running Water's kid then. Because he hasn't had any in the last 5 years. He better not have. Urine! Shadow Scout Swedes in the house. Great to see ya. The How you watch Blair Witch ATM? Yeah, yeah. Hey, Rebecca. Hi. Rebecca's here. The Yeah, he hasn't had any in 20 years. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Unless he's keeping secrets, The I know I ain't having any more. that that ain't happening. Uh-uh. No. No. The Yeah, Mary, it's nighttime for you and morning for Yoren. Yeah. The Yeah, I got nobody in the basement tonight. I don't know. Everybody must be busy. Well, I know running water. He's he's at home. This is his time off. He only gets time off about every 3 months. Now he heads back out on the road this week and Thursday, I believe. And so I won't see him again until 2 or 3 days before Christmas. But when he comes home for Christmas, he's not going back out until after New Year's Day. So he'll be here for an extended period. He's got some vacation time he's trying to burn up, and but when he's home for these shorter spells, where he's just home for a week out of 3 months out on the road, he likes to just vegetate, sit on his couch, and play PlayStation or do something crafty or something. Anything to take his mind off of pounding down the highway because he's been out there 3 months doing that. And has the rain been keeping you in the trailer? Well, the nice thing is there's been a few spells that I've been stuck in the trailer because of the rain. It was heavy enough. If I start feeling claustrophobic or just like, stir crazy, I go sit out in my camp kitchen under that clam tent I've got because it stays bone dry in the rain. I just go sit in lawn chair or camp chair out there and fresh air. I can see the lake, blah, blah, blah. But the real nice thing is I'm forced to go out even if it's raining. But I got the rain gear. I got frog togs, pants, and jacket if it's raining too hard. And I got to go to my campgrounds and do my chores. So I'm still forced to be out and about. Yeah. Did he get the shed finished? No. No. Oh, there goes Anne. That you can tell she's talking to their da, 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 da. The clam shelter is awesome because you can be outside but dry. Yeah. And that's my camp kitchen. So I sit out there. Don't want to sit in the trailer. I can take my phone. I can watch YouTube. And then there's my stove. There's food. I can always run to the trailer and grab snacks. Yeah. the oh, I was telling Travis with Tales of a Campground Host the other day that the our supervisor said to me last week, he said, I suppose you're looking forward to October 31st, aren't you? I said, there's a few things about breaking camp and coming home that I'm looking forward to. But actually, that day, especially that particular day, he asked me on the wrong day because I said, I wish it was May 1st. And I was just starting hosting for the year. It went that well this year. It went that well that I am, good Lord willing, my health holds up. I'm going to be out there May 1st doing this again and enjoying every bit of it. You betcha. The I wish we had, yeah, I just wish we had more hosts that really got into it, Travis gets into it. He loves it. He's ready to start right now too because it's been a rough year for startup for him this year. He's a teacher, and with all of the COVID issues and things, all the different things going on with education nowadays, it's kind of mudding up things for him. It makes it very difficult for him to be able to do what he sets out to do. And so he said he feels as wore out now in the first quarter of the year as what he typically feels in the third or the fourth quarter at the end of the year. He feels that wore out already. He'd love to just go back to hosting camp. Yeah. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him a bit. If you do any work on the trailer, be sure to film it. I want to see it. Well, what I'm going to do is I don't know that I'm going to film while I'm working. I tried that with building the Murphy bed and stuff. I did a little filming, kind of walk through and at different phases of putting some things together in the trailer. I might do it that way again, but I found the video I was trying to run. Well, you're in there with a power drill, a saw, and you're hammering. And there's just no good way to edit any of that. I mean, it's just so stinking distracting and noisy that, yeah, I might have to try to come up to camp at one of your sites this next summer. Oh, Allie, that'd be a blast. That'd be a blast. You betcha. Well, I'm her grandpa, Adventures in the Heartland. That's my granddaughter. I have to be great. And I'm just her grandpa, not her great grandpa. No, I'm not her great grandpa. I'm not that old. No. Looks are deceiving, aren't they? I want to get a 6x12 or a 6x10. See, mine is 6x11 if you count the point on it, the nose, pointed nose. 6x10 if it was all flat walls, Adventures in the Heartland. Yeah, but I got to brag. Well, I appreciated you guys. They go, oh, we got the best guide, No, I'm just a friend of yours, and we're out doing these things together, Yeah, I'm not I'm no special guide. Hey, Rod Amp, great to see you. The Holler Hound's in the house. It's good to see you too. A grand camp host at the yeah. Oh, Allie, he was amazing. Hey, I got somebody in the basement, guys, that's going to get up here and chat with us. There he is. There
What's
he
up, Sty?
Hey, just another Wednesday night. Just another Wednesday night. At best night of the week. The yeah, Holler Hound. It has been a little while. Yeah. So Phil, how have you
Yes,
been
sir.
all week?
Good. I'm just, working stuff. So yeah, no reason I wasn't up here earlier is and I didn't know that you didn't know, but I kind of posted it around. My mother-in-law passed today.
Oh, today I
Yeah,
didn't catch it. I was
yeah,
my
yeah. So
my sympathies,
yeah.
man.
So my mother, of course, my wife is crushed, and the
Oh
kids,
yeah.
and so yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
It it's it's just a fact of life. We're never prepared, no matter how prepared we are. You know.
yeah. She was actually supposed to come home from the hospital today, and they were going to put hospice in the house because she didn't want to die in a hospital, And
Yeah.
she was literally 30 minutes away from getting an ambulance that was going to take her back home and help her get into the house because, she couldn't walk or anything anymore. Not the way in the condition she was in. And she just peacefully was sitting there laughing with my, not laughing, but chuckling,
Right.
with my
Yeah.
sister-in-law. Started staring up at the ceiling, almost like she could see something. Kind of turned her eyes to the side, closed them. Her breathing got real weird, and within a few minutes, she
Yeah.
uh she passed.
Just passed. Yeah.
Yeah, so she went peacefully.
That's it.
She would have
That's
preferred to have been at home, but I think she was fine. So
yeah. Well, and she had, you know, to have someone there,
yeah, yeah. My wife
at,
had been there for 2 days, and then hospice was coming to the house, so she had to go back to the house and get things prepared. And while she
sure.
was gone, my sister-in-law was still there. But while she was gone, that's when it happened.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah. The yeah. Oh gosh. Oh
yeah,
gosh. Yeah. The
I'm just kind of solemn about the whole thing. I get more teary and upset and everything else by seeing my wife and kids and family members upset.
well that
That's the worst part for me.
right, right
I had
is
feelings for my mother-in-law. I mean, I loved her and everything else,
right.
but
But
it hurts
yeah,
to see everybody else hurt so much.
that's that's I agree with you 100% because and I don't do funerals. There's certain family members that if there's any possible way, I'll be there for the funeral. But funerals in general, I don't do funerals because I have a hard time at funerals because I ache for all the people that are there that were very close to the person that passed. And and that's harder than accepting the passing of somebody. It's the living trying to cope and deal that is harder for me than and it's like I guess I learned that from my one grandfather who wasn't very tactful. He said, he says, one thing you need to know is funerals are for the living, not for the dead. Because the one that passed away don't give a damn.
Yeah,
It's for the living to go in remembrance. And I've had people tell me, well, you didn't go to such a funeral. That is so disrespectful. Well, there are some funerals, there's just no way in hell I was going to go. I couldn't go because it was a person where, yeah, I didn't need an audience. if you know what I mean. I
Mhm.
did. Yeah. So it was, I'll mourn that person in my own way. And that's what funerals are for, is to mourn. And for some, I just couldn't. And there were funerals I've missed. And that's the hard part is there's a person only has one funeral. Well, they're supposed to anyway. But I didn't get to go to my sister or my brother's funeral. I didn't get to go to my own mother's funeral. My employer was going to terminate me if I went to her funeral. And I didn't have any other work prospects at the time. So I was stuck working while
That's crazy.
my mother's funeral was going on. Um, but
But like you said, a funeral is more for the living than it is for, you know, yeah, I feel like right now, if I didn't, we'll have a quick viewing before they cremate
sure,
her on Friday in the morning.
sure,
But I feel like if I didn't see that, it wouldn't be such a big deal because I got to see her, you know,
right.
in the hospital, laying there in the bed, probably the most rested she's ever looked in her life.
Yeah,
She's had rheumatoid arthritis and lupus for
sure.
30 plus years or more, and
Yeah,
she's lived with some type of pain for
every day.
most of her life.
Yeah,
And she's gone through so much, and you know, after 3 knee replacements, all the things that she's gone through in her life. What's up, Mike?
hey,
Um,
Mike.
she's finally pain free. It's funny because they had a board in her room. It's got her name and her doctor and everything on there, and it tells us her level of pain and where they want to get it down to. And before we left, we circled the level of pain as being 0 because it's first time, probably a long time for her, that's what her
Yeah,
pain level was at.
that was for her. I bet you that was heaven in itself to experience pain free for a change.
And I think that's why she went so peacefully there. And a little bit was just the fact that, she was ready. I think she's known for about a month or so. It was coming. And it was just a matter of, you know,
Yeah.
yep. So,
And it's like I said, we're never prepared, no matter how prepared we are.
yeah.
And the yeah, the I always think back to my grandmother when she passed away. Um, in fact, my granddaughter's been out in the chat tonight, and it was her, my grandmother, other than a few words to staff in the nursing home where she passed away, and a couple of small comments. The last thing she really ever said to a family member was to Running Water and his ex-wife. But she didn't say it to them. She said it to Allie. Allie was an infant. She had just been born, and they took her for my grandmother to see. And my grandmother passed away within a day of seeing the baby. So that so many of us said, yeah, she was just holding out. She was holding out so she could see the baby, you know. And but I'll never forget her telling me, I told her, I said, the doctors say that your immune system's good. In general health, you're not in that terribly bad shape. Where she had a lot of, well, like she said, her body and frame now is wore out, like an old car. And she just couldn't do certain things for herself anymore. But she said, she was 97 years old. She said, I've seen too much. And she said, all of the friends I had for my first 60 years are all dead and gone.
Yeah.
She didn't have anybody from her past left at all. all she had were current. The Oh yeah, Allie says that her mom and dad remind her of that all the time. So, but you know that I'm starting to realize that a lot of my acquaintances of the past, I've had several of them already pass, and my grandmother got to the point where, I mean, she came from a family of 9. My grandfather, it was a family of 11 kids. All of them, every single one of them had passed away before her. And the thing is she wasn't the youngest. So that was tough, to know your whole family passed away before you.
That's my mother-in-law didn't have to bury any of her kids, so that's a good thing. My father-in-law passed about 2-3 years ago. He was a month away from being 90. She, of course, made it to 90.
Wow.
And her passing right now is probably passing only a matter of weeks before her oldest boy passes, because her oldest boy, they opened him up with a spot on his pancreas a month or so back, and when they got in there, not only did he have the spot on his pancreas, which was he had hundreds, the doctor said hundreds of nodules, and they took a biopsy, and of course it's cancerous. They closed him back up. They didn't even bother with the pancreas. They put him on some very high chemotherapy, and he didn't go last week, and he doesn't plan on going next week. So he's down to about 125 pounds.
Oh yeah.
The only thing he can bother to do is drink Ensures to try to get some kind of nutrients or protein or something in his body, because he can't stand to eat. And so
yeah, that's
so we'll be burying someone else. Well, we don't bury anybody; we cremate them all. But
yeah. The I had mistakenly told someone that I had met at camp this summer. We were chatting around my campfire. We were talking about, are you going to be buried or cremated, this and that. And I said, well, I'm going to be cremated. I said, I'm taking the cheaper route out. I already got my box. I picked out my own box, and I hope I fit in it. Well, now that I lost some weight, I'm pretty sure I'll fit in it now. It was questionable for a while there. They might have to put me in a couple containers, but I told them, I said, yeah. And they said, well, what are you going to have done with your ashes? I said, well, they're going to put them in that box. And I said, running water and my youngest boy, they'll share them. They'll have me on the shelf somewhere, elf on the shelf, and I said, or they can bring them back here to camp and put them in the fire pit. And then I thought about that, and I go, oh, no. With the crap people throw in those fire pits and they burn in those no, don't throw me in the fire pit. No. That's like putting somebody's ashes in the barbecue,
Sprinkle you somewhere out in the woods.
That's right, yeah.
Well, that's the thing they're trying to figure out what to do with Mom's ashes once that happens, because Dad, they took him down to the house that he grew up at, and in the river, not real river, but it's too big to be called a creek, but it's not a river.
But it's not a big river,
right?
Yeah.
And they sprinkled his ashes, a few years back, in that. That's what he had wanted. So they weren't quite sure what they're going to do with Mom's yet. So the kids will come together and they'll figure it out, and that's what they'll do. It'll be down in Boone, North Carolina, where she was born and raised. So
sure. Hey, Roy at Becky's Travels, great to see you. TM's asking, did you have any fire bans at your camp this year? Not a one. In fact, we only hit a moderate fire danger level for a week and a half. And that's the highest it ever got all season. It's been low fire danger the whole season. But I'll tell you what, right now, oh my God, I think I'm going to have to. I'll have to edit this audio out because you won't be able to stand the sound. But I'm going to have to clip the camera to my hat next week when I leaf blow again. My campground, the one I stay in, it's blacktop all the way through it. Well, you can't see the damn road. It's got so much leaf cover from the maples, you can't even see the road. And I've had two different people actually go off the edge of the road because they couldn't see where the edge of the blacktop was. And they're not that wide of roads going through because they're all one way, you know. Well, I've leaf blown it 3 times already, and I've had to leaf blow 4 of my campsites because you wouldn't dare start a fire in the fire pit because there's 3 to 4 inches of maple leaves, dry maple leaves everywhere in that campsite.
Mm.
But they give me that stinking heavy ass. I mean, it's a heavy leaf blower. It's the biggest steel leaf backpack leaf blower they steel makes. But oh my God, does that thing have power? I walk down the center of that road and I blow the whole road. And I'm blowing out 30 plus feet in front of me as I'm going. I get into a campsite, a big campsite, and it's just covered with leaves. It takes me about 10 minutes, and that whole campsite is bare down to the ground. Blows them damn leaves off in the woods. And, but yeah, leaves like snow on the ground. Yeah. The Sty camp could look into extracting syrup from the tree and a good boil. Many will learn when pancakes are served. That see, I asked them, could I tap the maples around the campground? They said no. You can't damage the trees. You technically you're not supposed. They catch you putting a nail in the tree, they'll kick you right out of that campground. Yeah. The last thing they want is any steel or iron put in that tree, and let alone any core holes drilled in them to put taps in. You know,
Mike.
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah, I bought the biggest steel one they had last year. I think the thing ran me like I want to say like $650, $700 for this thing. And pop that thing up on my back, cinch up the straps, hook around. I still got a waist, it's got a big belt going around my waist.
Mine's missing the waist belt. That pissed me off.
That I tell you what, with my weight, even that makes that thing a whole lot better. I think it's a whole lot heavier than my weed whacker. I'm always bending over with my weed whacker, which kind of works on my back. But this thing, I can go hours and blow stuff, and that just sounded horrible.
See, listen to him. He just never wears out, right? I can
go
blow,
hours. Yeah,
I can blow for hours and hours. Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, that's hundreds and hundreds of times.
That's a lot of leaves.
Because if you're a good blower, each blowing job is only about a minute and a half anyway.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're laughing to beat hell out there in the chat. Oops. The one thing I found out is this big rug I have outside of my trailer. I got this big rug on the ground, and I sweep that. Well, I was leaf blowing my campsite out because I want it all out of my campsite. And I found out with that big old steel backpack, what the damn nozzle's that big around on the thing, and don't throttle that sucker up next to a big chunk of carpet. Holy Jesus, that thing is huge. It's like a big sail when it goes up in the air. And it peeled that carpet right off the ground and blew it right up on the roof of my trailer.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's a little more powerful than I thought. Yeah, and don't. I was next to my clam tent, blowing the leaves away from my clam tent. Well, if you aim it just right, it works just like a weed eater. You know where that leading edge is.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody was driving by, and I turned and looked at him while I moved that damn nozzle too far towards the clam tent, and that whole clam tent, poof, like a big basketball. I mean, it was so full of air that I thought, holy shit, I could have popped my tent.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Chuck, Play-Doh Chuck's in the house. Are we still talking leaves?
Why were you talking leaves earlier?
Fall colors. I did a video about the fall colors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's going up this weekend.
Yeah, they're starting to change just a little bit here now. So I know you're further north, so you guys had the cooler weather longer than we have. But
ours, I was telling the folks ours, and I talked to one of the Forest Service staff that's in forestry. Asked him if they knew any why things are the way they are this year, and they said everybody's confused because they haven't seen a fall like this. We've got maples that changed extremely, and then we've got a bunch of maples that haven't changed at all. There's bright green. Those maples lost all their leaves, and then it's like a second batch of maples are changing, but you still have a bunch that are still solid green.
Mm.
And the different species are changing color at the wrong times. A lot of our oaks are turning that brown. The oaks usually turn a brown color, and they're the last ones that usually turn. And this season is goofy. They're not all changing around the same time where you get all that bright. You look at the horizon, it's all bright colors. It's patchy. It's patchy all over. It just, they're changing. Weird this year.
Yeah. I mowed at my mother-in-law's last weekend. She's got one tree, or like two trees in this one area. They're same things. I think they're oaks, and yeah, they're already losing their leaves. And when I mowed her lawn, I didn't take anything over there to rake up or blow or anything else. When I mowed her lawn over in that area, there were like 3 little rows of mulched up leaves.
Mulched up leaves.
So when I go over there on Sunday, well, I guess I'll have to go over there on Saturday, but I'll go there on Saturday. I'll have to take that blower with me and blow those leaves to the other side of the yard just to kind of keep that stuff up. So
metal music. He said, wear the backpack blower, add the blow up mattress on the river.
That would be fun.
I thought about that.
I thought in the water.
I thought, what a great video. I get on the kayak wearing that backpack and blow myself around the lake. It's gas operated, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't have to worry about running out of extension cord or nothing. But like you said, you don't want to roll that thing over and dip that bugger in the lake.
Yeah.
I think the Forest Service would make me replace it.
That'd be an expensive video.
Yeah.
Well, you got the idiots that'll get in a swimming pool. So that would have been a good one. Get in a swimming pool, sit in the inner tube and blow and just
sit there and spin like a son of a gun. Yeah. Now I did. This is ages ago, but I did take a weed eater, one of those how we were talking about for like tall people. You want one that's got the gooseneck on it. It's got the rolling neck, so that it's cutting flat and you're standing upright, you know, where you're not trying to lower the damn thing or raise the damn thing to get it to cut flat. You want it so that you can stand there naturally, and it's long enough and it's got a gooseneck on it so it'll cut flat. Well, I took one of those that had the gooseneck end on it, and I put a trolling motor prop on it. And I was pushing a 12-foot aluminum boat around. That sucker worked great because the shaft was the same diameter as a trolling motor mount that I had. So I was able to slide that mount over the shaft, put it back together, I just mounted a trolling motor blade where the string box is on it and fire her up and free with the weed whacker as an outboard. Worked pretty good. The only problem is you had to keep in mind that you got to turn it around to go backwards because it's only forward, and there's no neutral. You got to shut it off, otherwise that blade's still turning.
No, you can get ingenious with that stuff if you wanted to.
Yeah, or just put it to the left or right to go in circles. Yeah. You can steer them. That leaf or that weed eater I had that half round handle on it, and that worked great. You could hang onto that to steer it. Yeah, it worked great. I sold it to a guy. Oh, he was so thrilled with that thing. I sold it to him for about 3 times as much as I could have sold it as a weed eater. Poor dumb moron. Yeah. Yeah. If it made him happy, I bought one of the biggest steel straight shaft trimmers. Works great. Kills my back. That's the ones that the Forest Service buys for us too. They're harness rigs. They're the big ones. You can't start the some of them, but you can't hang on to it and pull start it. There's too much compression. There's just no way you can hang on to it and pull that sucker. There's just not enough counterweight to hold that engine still enough to get it to go. You got to put it on the ground. Same with that leaf blower. You better stand on the tail end of it. It's got a big foot pad on it. And you got to stand on that foot pad to pull start it, or you're lifting the whole damn 40 pounds off the ground. Yeah, it's got enough compression that you got to stand on it to start it.
Yeah, that one must be bigger than mine because I can't do mine on my back the first start. I'll put it like in the pickup truck. I put my tailgate down on my pickup truck and I start it there.
On the tailgate?
And then I try to get it on, and if it stalls out, at least once I've got it started one time, then I can reach back with my hand and pull start it, when it wants to on my back.
See, you can't even reach the pull start on mine.
Now, this is designed for you to reach it, so.
Yeah, you can't even reach it. The back of it's about that wide. It's wider than my back. And on the face of it, on the back, it looks like the pull start cover on a old Briggs and Stratton, and it pulls straight up. So you'd have to reach over your back like this and
you've got an older model. Mine was new as of last year, so it's designed for that to work. So,
well, no, this one is designed this way because it's got too much compression. You couldn't pull it on your back. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't. You'd be lucky if you got one pop. Pop. You wouldn't be able to. It's just no matter where you put that, unless you had it where you could reach under your arm and pull straight out, maybe. Otherwise, yeah, there's no way that you could. That's why they got that big foot pad on it. See, the one I got, you got to stand on that bugger to start it. Once it's idling, then set it up on a table or on the tailgate of the truck, and then put the harness on. Fortunately, they run well enough that you can start it on the ground, pick it up, and set it where you can get into it. Like the old 3-horse Evinrudes. Yeah, I had a I'm trying to remember what it was. I think it was a 4-horse Sea King that had a little, maybe a half a gallon, 3/4 gallon tank built into the cover. And that bugger, yeah, to go in reverse, you turn the motor all the way around. That's going in reverse. And yeah, that little boat motor that's another one where I was going to sell it. And now the thing sits in Hayward, Wisconsin in the Outboard Motor Hall of Fame thing. Yeah. The guy, the curator there, I had a photograph that showed the motor, and I said, "See this motor?" I said, "This thing's awesome, clean, starts one pull. It's awesome." Yeah, and the start was the old rope start. You had to wrap the rope on it. Blah, 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 you know, it didn't have recoil. And I said, "I just wonder, is it worth anything? Because I'm going to sell it." Oh, he says, "I'll give you $350 for it right now." I said, "Hey, yeah. Fortunately, I got it in the truck." Yeah, okay. I paid $75 for it, and I thought I got screwed. Yeah. Hey, strawberry shortcake, Lithian. Hi. Hike with Mike. Great to see you. The Hit the prop with something. You broke that shear pin off. Yeah. You always carried in your fishing tackle box a half a dozen shear pins. Yeah. My horse Firestone outboard. Not sure what year. Looks like a ruptured turtle. The way people say stuff.
Sty, my wife's going to be home here in a minute. I don't want to be down here when she gets here. I want to be upstairs for her. So
that is so terribly understood.
So
our hearts go out to you and your wife. Let her know all the folks out here send their love and support.
Yeah.
And
thank you guys. Have a great night. Love you.
You bet. Thanks for coming up, buddy. Yeah. Hard, sad moment. The all of our hearts go out to them. Our prayers are there for the family. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, metal music, Harry. And that's it. Is he shouldn't have to worry about creating and trying to keep his audience happy for a week. Just take a break. And if he wants to jump up like he did tonight, just to spend a little time with his friends, it's just like saying, hey, I wish a few of my friends would come over. So his mother-in-law passed away, Strawberry Shortcake. He was quite close to his mother-in-law, and his wife, she's taken it quite hard, have her mom pass away. Yeah. So that's it. Try to be as understanding as we can. That's the best you can do sometimes, is just be there and be understanding, Yeah. So many great folks out here tonight. Hike with Mike. I hope you guys are all watching Hike with Mike's work. I love his stuff, boy. Yeah. I get to watch his stuff at camp on my phone. I can hit the like button. I don't do well with the comment thing on the phone. It's terrible. Yep. Running Water gave me this adapter that I put on my phone, and it's got HDMI. I can run it to a monitor. I hauled my monitor home from camp. I thought, I just hook it up to the laptop. That don't work. Because the minute I hook it up to my laptop just reads the phone. It won't let me use the screen on my laptop as a standalone monitor. And I tried and I tried. I tried all different kinds of things, and I got online. How do I do it? How do I? And what I got the most of is can't be done. You got to hook it up to a standalone monitor. And so I tried it on my standalone monitor here at the house. Oh, it works great. So I can watch movies on a nice size monitor, YouTube on a nice size monitor. But that would mean I'd have to pack this thing back up and haul it all the way back down to camp for the next 2 weeks. Now, I'll just keep using my phone. You know, that does the trick. Yeah. The fall colors they're not as awesome as usual, but they're still beautiful. Yeah, I got a video going up this weekend of our fall colors, so hopefully you guys will catch that. It's a nice drive, background music through the whole thing. So it's not me talking or nothing. It's just you get to see the route I have to take every couple of days. Every couple of days I have to go do all 6 of my campgrounds. And I've videoed a lot of the route. None of the blacktop, all the back road stuff, where the trees are growing over the road and stuff, where you're going through a nice patch of colorful trees. John says, okay, I have to go get things ready for our Thursday night class. Glass slide tomorrow before bed. Love you all. Stay safe. And hit that thumbs up. Thanks a lot there, John. Yeah, TM. But there's times I really wish my phone was a tablet at least. Hey, Rain Dancer, it's good to see ya. Awesome. Yeah, the loons. We had a pair just the other day out on the lake, and I was watching them. They're swimming back and forth off my side out there. Never sang once, and then they were gone the next day. But we had the trumpeter swans were back, and the Canadian geese. The trumpeter swans, young ones, are with them, and they're about almost half the size of mom and pop. And the Canadian geese stayed on one end of the lake and the swans over on the other. Yeah, a whole bunch of rain this year, and you're part of the swamp. So I expect some nice fall colors, but we get our fall colors between Thanksgiving and Christmas down here. Yeah. Yep, that climate difference. Yeah, big hugs back to you, Rain Dancer. Do you get the whippoorwills up there? Yeah, this summer we only had whippoorwills in camp for a couple of weeks, but I could hear them outside of the campground, off in the timber, and yeah, those buggers can sure get noisy at night. Yeah, but I get a kick out of the whippoorwills actually. Yeah, phone works, Allie. That's right. Yeah, phone works. In my trailer, I got a small folding table I set up, and that phone's just right almost in front of me when I'm watching a movie. I got to take my glasses off to watch it because it's so close, and it works just fine. It doesn't take long before I realize that I'm watching a small screen. You know, I don't realize it anymore. I use Bluetooth earbuds, and so the volume's nice, and the picture's nice and crisp, and so yeah, phone works. I like the bigger screen when I'm watching a live stream because then I can see the chat better. You know, otherwise the video, it doesn't bother me that it's small, but it's the chat. I got to damn near put the phone on the end of my nose to read it. That's one thing that I am looking forward to in November is I get to go see my doctor. I'm going to freak her out. It's going to freak her right out with all the weight I lost this year. Oh my God, she's going to freak out. My blood sugars have been, for me, they've been awesome. They've been just awesome. Plus, I get to go to the eye doctor and get my eyes checked, and then I get new glasses in November. So I'm excited about that. Man, I need new specs really bad. I'm taking them off half the time, and I can see long distance quite well. It's more like mid-range I can't see very good within the first 50 feet or so. My prescription's all screwed up, yeah. The geese didn't want to take their chances this time. Yeah, the way those trumpeter swans were beating the hell out of them this spring. The geese didn't come anywhere near them this fall. Yeah. Yeah, TM. Me too. I got old eyes. Old eyes. See, technically, and I won't go that way, but technically, I should probably have trifocals. I'm going to probably go cheap, and I'll be wearing bifocals where you can see the damn line in them. I might kick out the extra money and get the progressives, but I might just go cheap. But I got to have bifocals this time. I did go bifocals last time, but I got to get them now because I take my glasses off to read all the time. And I prefer not to have to be taking the glasses off just to read. Hey, we're at the halfway mark. I have to do this for my channel members, guys. This only takes 1 minute. So don't anybody go anywhere. Watch this and pick up on these channels. If you don't have any of them, go check them out. I'll be right back with you. 1 minute. That's all it takes. Great bunch of people. Great bunch of people. The rain dancer is saying, first of all, TM says I need better eyes or longer arms. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, doggone it. Rain dancer is saying I did that, Sty. Invested in good lenses. I went progressive. Go for gusto. Your eyes are worth it. Now, my last pair, not this pair, but the pair before it, were progressive bifocals, and I like them. They did good, but my eyes had changed so much that the prescription was so far off that they, in fact, that pair, those were good for reading, but I couldn't see anything 20 feet in front of me. So when I got this pair, I told them, skip the bifocal, just give me the nearsighted side of it. They did. Then I could see. I mean, it was good, but couldn't read worth a damn, without taking them off. I can read just fine if I take glasses off. I don't have to hold the book 2 feet away from me, but if it's tiny print, I got to get it up real close. Chuck says I wore glasses since the 3rd grade, had implants when I had cataracts removed. What a relief. Still need reading glasses at times, but so great without them. Boy, I wish they looked, about doing the laser thing and all that, alternatives to glasses. And because of my diabetes, they won't do it, because my diabetes was always out of control. Yeah. Hey, Steve of the Western Seas. Great to see you. Aloha from Pearl City in Hawaii. We just came back from a 9-day canoe trip in Ontario. It was fantastic. We want to go to the Boundary Waters canoe area next summer. I'm glad I didn't lose my glasses on my trip. I've done a lot of Boundary Waters over the years. A lot of Boundary Waters. Love it. Just love Boundary Waters in the Quetico area. It's just beautiful. Beautiful. Always have a spare pair of glasses in your kit. Yeah. I've had a couple of outings, long hikes, where I'd go out and they're, 40, 50 mile hike round, or one way and then the round trip back, and lost my damn glasses before I was 2/3 of my way into where I was going, and then have to spend a week without a pair of glasses, blinder than a bat. And you hate that when you're camping with somebody else, especially up in the Montana northwestern corner, and you see someone coming in your camp and you're going, are they on 2 legs or 4? I don't think my buddy was that big and fat. Oh, geez, no, he wasn't wearing a fur coat either. Yeah, carry a spare pair of glasses. Yeah, I try to. I've got. Oh no, I don't. I was going to say I got a spare pair sitting right here. No, I don't. My spare pair is at the trailer. When I was managing the Dollar Tree, we would look at peak sales of all of our items in the dollar store, right? Everything's $1, right? But some items were just hot items. I mean, you paid heck just keeping them stocked. Our hottest item, the one that sold all the time, and I'd have one of the staff stocking that bugger. I'd take a cashier and I'd assign that to them every single night, because they'd have to restock anywhere from 20 to 40 pairs of reading glasses. Well, reading glasses were only $1 a pair, man. People come in there, but oh my God, all these different powers is reading glasses. And they're all trying them on, and of course, then I put like a book rack there with certain books, so that They can put those reading glasses on, grab a book, and look at it. Helps with sales. But I'd have people come in. This one guy, he was coming in there about every 2 weeks and buying 3 or 4 pairs. And I said, "What are you doing with these?" He goes, "Losing them. But I don't care. They're only $1." Oh, really? He goes, "Yeah, and I got all different powers." He says, "I've got 2 trucks and a car." And he says, each of them have at least 3 pairs in them. And they're all 3 different powers, depending on what I need to read. He says, "But they're only $1." I said, "Yeah, I guess so." Allie says, "I'm due to get my eyes checked again. I need to get an updated prescription in my glasses and more contacts." Contacts. For years, I wished I could do contacts, right? Well, the eye doctor said, and I told him, "I don't like nothing touching my eyes. It pisses me off that air has to touch them." So he gives me this lens to try it, to see what, to show me that, yeah, the sensation isn't that bad. Bullshit. The minute that thing hit my eyeball, I'm going, "Get it the hell out of there." I can't handle it. I can't handle it. I can't handle anything touching my eyeballs, man. I'm weird. That's one thing. That's when Sty turns into a sissy, man, is shit touching my eye. No, 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 no. Steve says, "I had 2 spare pair packed away, but I forgot it back when I stashed some of my stuff at the outfitters." Oh no! I learned the importance of having extra glasses after losing a pair in the sea while visiting Italy. Yeah. I must have 15 pair lying around. Chuck. Yeah. Steve saying I can use low-powered reading glasses to drive with. It's great. That's cool. That's cool. Mystic Bunny saying my dad used to do that. Stashed readers everywhere. TM saying they have to buy one to get 2 pairs of glasses on sale at some places. Huh. Yeah. Mystic Bunny, my eyes can't take anything touching my eyes either. Oh, good, I don't feel alone. Like what Mike said, I always pack 2 extra pairs of glasses in my backpack and another pair in my trunk. Yeah, it's nice nowadays. Online, you can order glasses quite cheap. Running Water, he's got glasses laying all over the place. He's got a different style, different pair of glasses. He's got them laying all over his house. He's got a couple pairs or so in his truck of actual, prescription glasses. Not readers, just his regular prescription, because they're so damn cheap online now. I mean, you can get an awesome pair of glasses for $25-$30. I mean, a real awesome. And that's what I'm going to do is once I get in November, when I get my new glasses, I'll be paying close to market value for them. But I'm going to be ordering a couple of extra pairs with the new prescription online through the same outfit. I can't even remember the name of it that Running Water uses. But boy, those are nice glasses he's getting, and he's only paying $20 a pair for prescription glasses. And so I went on that site and I checked and put in my old prescription of the bifocals because I wanted to know what's going to cost me to get bifocals in progressive. I couldn't believe it. The pair I wanted, $41. The pair I bought before this pair, $496. This pair cost me $420. Allie's saying with my main job, contacts are the better route for me. Glasses get busted too easily. Yeah. The I don't know any better way to put it, but Allie, it would be in that class of mental health professional work. So there's times when impact could be an issue, and yeah, contacts would be the better route. The Chuck says I did contacts for a while, not for me, but that was back in my drinking days. Would lose them and not even notice. That's it. The visions. Yeah. No, no contacts will cure that vision problem. Yeah. Mystic Bunny, my niece. Had laser done, said it was great, but there's no way I could hold my eyes open to make it through that. Yeah. Steve saying it's a scam. Other countries don't have this problem. Yeah. Roy and Becky saying, got me some new glasses yesterday. They break my, they tweak my night vision for me. That's cool. Hey, Mr. Fulton. We're not going to be going that much longer there, Fulton. And I don't even have my Facebook up and running or anything right now. We want Jaddle Sweet's got to run get some tea. I can't drink tea at night. I can drink coffee, good, strong coffee, all day long, right through the night. It doesn't affect me. I fall asleep, head hits the pillow, I'm out. If I drink tea, I'm awake all night. Um, and I don't drink. If I'm drinking tea, I don't drink near as much tea as I do coffee. So someone said, well, it's because the tea is so much higher in caffeine. But I don't drink near as much tea as I do coffee. So I think that's about the equal amount of caffeine. It's just something about tea. It keeps me up. Hey, there's Cheesehead. How much longer are you going to be at camp? I'll be pulling out of there no later than on the 31st. It might be a couple days before that, but the 31st is the last day. That's when we lock the gate. Yeah, there, Allie's explaining what her work is. Yeah. She's got, yeah. But she's the right kind of person for that. She's got the right personality for that. Yeah, tough line of work. Tough line of work. Yeah, old cheesehead. We never did get together this season, this summer. But that's, he knows where I am. I know where he's at. As long as I know he's still alive and kicking. I try to make it out Saturday. Seems to me there's something going on Saturday, but I don't care. I'll make sure that. Kathy. Oh, thank you, girl. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you, thank you. Yep, every dollar helps, man. Yeah, it really does. The and that's the thing is I tell folks, I have folks tell me, well, I can't afford to be a member. I really like to be, but I can't really, I got too many of those $5 things going on that it just adds up to too much. And I laugh and I tell them, don't sweat it. You don't have to. You don't have to. The option is there, and that's what it is it's an option. And I don't want anybody to give to my channel if they're hard pressed in any sense whatsoever. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because my channel's not here for income. That Kathy's contribution goes a long ways because it goes into a specific fund, and that's there for the channel. I do help other channels out when I can, and yeah. TM said I had to make some instant tea. Yoren's back with his. There's Matt J. Hey, good to see you, Matt J. I'll call or text you first. Yeah, okay. Yeah. See, I do all my campgrounds on Friday. I've gotten that down pat now. I do all 6 of them on the same day instead of 4 one day and then 2 the next kind of thing. It's just they don't get the use of regular season, so they just twice a week for all 6 of them is plenty. The bathrooms have been very clean. I might have 2 or 3 out of 25 that need hard, serious cleaning. But lately, I've been doing all 6 campgrounds in less than 5 hours. So, that's less than an hour per campground. And 2 of my campgrounds have 7 bathrooms in each. So it's not that bad. As soon as he gets his mod checks. Rain dancers start to drink raspberry tea. Soul soothing. Yes, it is. Oh, raspberry tea is awesome. Awesome. Low caffeine in it. Yeah, I can't take too much caffeine. Yeah, TM. That's it. Is now I've got a ton of tea, and I had to put it in a vacuum sealer so it'll keep because I don't use it up fast enough, and I got a lot of different flavored teas. And I like a good raspberry. I really like, but I was looking at them last week, and I'm going, oh boy, I only have 2 that are low caffeine, and I need more. James is back. Hey, have a lavender and honey chamomile tea that I love drinking before bed. That actually sounds good. The peach iced tea. Yeah, oh yeah. Hey, Scott K, good to see you. If I made it out, I may bring my boat. Still not sure if it floats. Hey, don't bring it if it might sink. I just hauled my boat home. I dropped it off yesterday. I loaded that thing up yesterday morning. I don't have a trailer, so I got to haul it in the box of the truck. Well, that's 6 feet of boat sticking out the butt end of my truck. And when I bought the boat, it was a pain in the butt getting that thing up into the box in my truck. I got it mastered now. I got this line that's tied on the transom. I stand on the tailgate and I grab that line, lift that butt into that boat right up, and I just back into the truck. And once it's in the truck about 2 to 3 feet, I just jump out and pick the bow up and slide her right in. And yeah, she rode pretty good back there all the way that 40 miles home. And dropped it off at Running Waters yesterday at noon. He was made himself handy to help me get it out of the truck and stashed away for the winter. The peach brandy. Oh yeah, yeah. God, in my younger days, I was really big into peach brandy and blackberry brandy. I drank blackberry brandy like it was Kool-Aid. Yeah. Yeah, Matt never thought he'd be drinking flowers with the lavender and chamomile tea. Yeah. Yes, Scott K, I did get Starlink and it wouldn't work out there. It wouldn't work out there. Too much timber. Just too much timber. It just could not get a good signal. So, and I have to say, Starlink was good about it. Shipped that bugger right, that kit, $500 kit, shipped it right back to them. They reimbursed me that $500, all of my shipping costs, my deposit, all of it, every last penny it cost me to have everything sent to me and to set up my account and everything. They refunded every penny. I was amazed. I thought for sure there's going to be some kind of handling fee or something. Nothing. So I was not happy with them because they kind of misrepresented where I needed open sky. Well, they didn't misrepresent it. They underrepresented it. Plus, their app for your phone, every time I tried to run it on my Android, my old phone, every time I tried to run it to see if I got a good enough shot of the sky, it would say that my phone wasn't compatible with their app. Well, I got my new phone, gave it a shot, works just fine, and it says, nada, ain't gonna work, ain't gonna work here, And I covered my whole campsite. No, they just couldn't get a clean enough shot of the sky. And I asked the Forest Service, I said, hey, if we took those 4 trees off in the distance there down, then I'm going to have enough. No, they're not going to let me cut them trees down. They're about that big around, about 24, 26-inch trees. Well, they're 110 feet tall, 2 of them. No, you ain't cutting those down. That ain't happening. Shucks. The blackberry moonshine stashed away that I was gifted. Yeah, I got that huckleberry moonshine from Running Water. It won't show on here. No, because it's the wrong color. But, oh, you should. If you saw what's going on in this bottle, it's unopened. It's never been opened. It did something in here. I mean, if you know what a vinegar mother is, that's what's going on in there. It looks like a vinegar mother. It's like a slime ball at the bottom of the bottle. It's separated. It's like a giant ass booger in there. I ain't opening that. No way. And Running Water got me a bottle, and he got himself a bottle. he hasn't opened his, and he goes, guess what? I checked my bottle after you told me what was going on with yours, and he said, exact same thing. He says, yeah, it's got boogers in it. I said, oh, man. The, sounds kind of like a TV antenna picking up channels. LOL. Yeah. Yeah, the blackberry moonshine would be good. I had some blueberry moonshine that I thought was pretty good. I thought that was pretty good. Tasty, tasty. You know, had all of the standards, the apple pie moonshine. I tried a few different ones, but this little store here in Ashland sells these little bottles. They're like samplers of all the different moonshines they carry. Now down at Clam Lake, where my campground's at, that's only 4 miles from my campground. They've got those little sampler bottles of several different kinds of moonshine. The only problem is there at Clam Lake, you're paying twice as much as you do up here in Ashland. So I've been tempted a few times. Oh, that looks good. Get 4 or 5 of those little bottles and have a nice evening. All different flavors. Now, I'll get that stuff up here in Ashland instead. I can't handle too many anymore. I can't handle it. My stomach, well, for one thing, my stomach has shrunk so much that I can't hold a lot. So I can drink maybe 3 ounces and I'm done. And because I don't drink often anymore, 3 ounces of good shine, some really good shine, really is enough. It's probably all I should drink, especially if I'm amongst mixed company. I don't want to embarrass people. I don't get embarrassed. People will go, look at that dang fool. Isn't he embarrassing? Oh, I'm sorry. Am I embarrassing you? Because I don't get embarrassed. What the heck? Yeah, something went funky with it. But this huckleberry shine is such a low proof. I'm not going to try to look at it and see what it is, but it's really a low proof. It's not good. It's not true shine. And I think that's why. I think it's only like 2 or 3 times a bottle of wine, and it's just, I think it turned to vinegar. Yeah. Yeah, that sipping cream shine. Yeah, yeah. Those are pretty good. Yeah. Ooh, sounds great. I love blueberries. Yeah. I got that blueberry shine up in Ely, Minnesota. Yeah, Ely, Minnesota. It wasn't terribly strong. It was 80 proof, but it was good. It was good and tasty. Yeah, those sipping cream shine. Jan and John, they like to bring those to camp, and I got to sample, and they're pretty good. Pretty good. I used to buy a bottle of Jameson and melt down a few butterscotch discs in it. Tasty. Oh, yeah, that would be. That would be. Now, what the heck did I did that. I took the butterscotch discs and I put them in a kitchen towel and took a hammer and smashed them, and so they're all busted up. And I put them in a bottle of booze, and I can't remember what it was. And Oh, that was just too damn good. That was like liquid candy. It's all that was. Yeah. See, we were talking tea earlier. Now, back when I had Camp WTF, I I always had to watch because sometimes we'd have folks stop out and they got kids with them and that. I had to hang on tight to my mug. I had a mason jar with a handle on it, with a lid, a straw, and it said right on the front of it, Sty tea, hands off. Because yeah, if some kid took a slam out of there, that kid will be taking quite the nap. Yeah. Um, and it was always sweet raspberry or just sweet green tea. Well, not just. A little tricked out. Yeah. I was listening to Tom T. Hall singing, I like beer. Yep, that's it. Yeah. I like beer. Boy, that's old tune. Yeah. Makes me think of old dogs and watermelon wine. Yeah. Those were the days. Yeah, my saxophone player out at camp, he's done for the year. He went out on tour, so he's not. Yeah, Ely's not too far from your mom. Oh wow. Yeah. For me, Ely's about a 3 hour drive. Yeah. We used to run up there every year. Your grandma and I. Every year while I worked for the tribes, we did our um, vacations in Ely. Um, yep. The gateway to the Boundary Waters canoe area. Jameson goes well with peach juice too. Yeah. All right, everybody, mix yourself a drink. That's one thing I did. I did go out and I bought myself another bottle of Irish cream because winter's coming. You know, I only get the small bottle. That'll last me till Christmas probably. Yeah. During the winter, I gotta have Irish cream in my coffee. The first cup of coffee is a good jump start, and then the rest of the day, half as much creamer in each cup. Problem is I drink 2 pots of coffee a day, so that's quite a bit of Irish cream I use up. Yeah. Uh-huh. And the nice thing with Irish cream is as long as it takes me to drink a cup of coffee, yeah, it just takes all the rough edges off. Mm-hmm. Yep. For the folks that are still here, just to let you know, I had to readjust sitting in this chair too long today. Just to let you all know. Now, I'll be pulling out of camp no later than on October 31st. Okay. I'll be back here by November 1st. However, and I'll look at the calendar so I'm correct. What I'm going to do is in November, I will do a Wednesday night stream just like this. on the 4th of November. I will start my regular scheduled programs for the winter. I will start those on the 8th of November. On the 8th of November, there'll be the first Sty Times for this winter. And then the next one will be on Wednesday night, another Sty Times. On Thursday night, and around the campfire. And on Sunday night, Sty Story Sunday. And then Monday again, a Sty Times. Wednesday, a Sty Times. Around the campfire Thursday. Sty Times on Friday. Yeah. And then Sty Story Sunday. 5 streams. 3 of which are live programs, but they're not, no panel, none of, and they're only 1 hour. Those 3 are an hour each around the campfire, and Sty Story Sundays. They're like Wednesday night. You can count on them running anywhere from 2 to 4 hours, depending on the audience. If there's enough audience, I keep them running. But we'll be back to that old 5 shows a week, starting on November 8th. And the reason I'm going to do a Wednesday that first week of November is that first week of November is me getting settled back here in the apartment. I'll have a lot of gear and stuff that I got to put away and stack and pack and, get it away for winter. So I'm going to take that first week of November just to it'll be a lot of effort and work here and there, but more of a sabbatical and just not doing much other than getting ready for the winter, settling in so I can hibernate, Yeah, there you go, Alec. That's one way to add razzle dazzle to your coffee. There you go, girl. Hi, JCT. Hi, sweetie. Oh, nice of you to pop in. Oh, yeah. But I'm looking forward to this winter, fall to spring, getting back to the regular live schedule. And don't forget, every Christmas, I do my Christmas Day with Sty North. I don't have family over or anything on Christmas Day. I don't go anywhere. I set aside Christmas Day for my audience. And especially for those that have nowhere to go or no one to be with, they can come and hang out at the Sty Shack on Christmas Day. And I've done them the last 2 Christmases. The first one was awesome. It got over 1,600 views that day. Last year's was even better. It was just shy of 1,900 views that day. And we had a blast. We had an absolute blast. It was so much fun. I love spending my Christmas Day with all the folks on YouTube, And I tell everybody, if you've got nowhere to go, jump on YouTube on Christmas Day from noon. I always schedule the show from noon to 8. And at 8 o'clock, it all depends. We'll see what happens. We'll just keep it going. We might just keep it going. Last year, we kept it going quite a while. Well, in fact, the year before, we went 11 hours, I think. Yeah. My biggest decision for Christmas is turkey or ham. There you go. There you go. Kimberly says, I love the Christmas streams. They are fun. They were fun. And I get that, Samantha Lee gave me some awesome little clips that I get to use. That I use those once a year. They're just so much fun. Just so much fun. The Yeah, Kathy says I'll be there. Yeah, I just love seeing folks on that day. It was fun the last couple of years. Canoe Hound popped up with his family. Um, he couldn't stay for long. He has big family doings on that day, but he took the time to come and hang out on Christmas Day for a while and get his whole family sitting there with him while he's on the panel with me. It was fun. It was such a blast. Yeah. The barbecue will solve it all. Yeah, there you go. There you go. I'm not going to do what I did last year. I literally put together the year before I had Running Water and his brother over for Christmas dinner. I believe it was the year before. Last year, I think we all did separate things. I can't recall. Ain't that terrible? But even so, last year, I was eating Christmas Day leftovers for over a week. I made way the hell too much. And last year I was still eating like a pig. So this year I just can't eat that much. So I'm going to have to really cut back, figure out how I'm going to have all my favorites for Christmas without too much in the way of leftovers. Allie says, I'm going to try to catch more of your streams regularly. It's nice getting to hang out with you, even if it's hours away. Yeah, this brings us closer, doesn't it? Yeah. I'll hop up. I'll hop on for Christmas. I'm probably spending this year alone too. You best do that, girl. You best do that. Let's see. Kathy saying it'd be a year for me. That's when I met you from Nick Green. Has it been a full year now? That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, it just warms my heart, you folks, all of you. You just the yeah, Kathy's a sweetheart. She's always here. Yeah. I had medical problems last December. I missed the Christmas chat. Oh, bummer. I make a ham sandwich and call it the day. See, that's Thanksgiving last year. I had a hungry man. Well, actually, I had two hungry man turkey dinners. I microwaved them. Yeah, ain't that terrible? No, it hit the spot. Yeah, ham sandwich sounds pretty damn good right now. The time will pass. The ceiling fades away. Yeah, Christmas this year. Yeah, Kathy, that'd be great. That would be so good. The yeah, yeah. And for all those that were there year before last, I want to thank every one of those folks that contributed. I made a big mistake. I should have kept my mouth shut. I had received an inheritance, right? And I had a little extra cash. So I went and I talked to a couple local organizations and got them to work together with me to provide 4 families that otherwise would not be having a traditional Christmas because of their circumstances, their financial situations. Three of the families were single moms with children, working moms. They were workers, and they. The problem was is they were working just enough that they got very, very little public assistance, and then I was surprised that these organizations helped me pick the four families. The one family was a married couple. He had been injured, and in his line of work, he was unable to perform his job as well as he used to, and he lost his job. And he was trying so hard to find work. I mean, he really wanted to work bad. He really did. And he was doing all these little odd jobs and stuff just to be able to pay the house payment. And they were just barely making it. And it was him, his wife, and three kids. Well, I helped organize things with these two charitable organizations. And for $400, I'll use that family, the husband and wife and the three kids, as an example. We were able to get those kids. We were able to spend $50 on each kid. That's $150 of $400. Each family we spent $400 on. With donations, we were able to, for that $400, get each of those kids $50 worth of gifts. We got mom and pop a joint gift. We got them a high-end laptop computer and got a local internet provider to provide them with 1 year of free internet. They would not have to pay for it. High-speed internet for free. So that he could do job searches. Otherwise, he was just constantly going down to the job service and picking up the newspaper when he can, or going to the library and using their computer. So we got them a laptop. Plus, we got them a beautiful Christmas tree and all the decorations you could imagine to deck out that Christmas tree. Plus, we gave them the choice. What do you want? A ham dinner or a turkey dinner? They would tell us what they would prefer. And that family had picked the ham. Well, it's a family of 5. So they got a 24-pound ham. That's a big ham, 24-pounder. They got a 24-pound ham, along with all of the fixings. Everything that you could imagine would go with a dinner like that. They got everything all the way down to the cookies to eat throughout the day, Tons of cookies. They got a great big old tray just with probably 150, 200 cookies on it. And they got sweetbreads, they got pie, they were given that choice. What do you want? A pumpkin or apple, blueberry, cherry? What kind of pie do you want? And they got everything. They got everything that you could imagine for one heck of a sweet Christmas. And I was able to negotiate it all with these two outfits for $400 a family. So it came to $1,600 for 4 families. And I prepaid that. I had the money at that time, and I prepaid it. I gave, out of the 1,600, I gave 1,000 to the one organization, 600 to the other, and they were helping coordinate, to purchase all these items and stuff. Well, They kept saying, that's too much. That's too much. And they insisted, they tried to give me 800 of it back, half of it. They said, we'll try to match it. Don't worry about it. We'll take care of these families. We'll figure out a way. Even if we have to cut back. I said, there, you just said what I don't want to hear, is you're going to cut back on these families. No, you take my $1,600, you make darn sure that these families are covered. Guess what? My viewers provided the 800 that these two organizations tried to give back to me. So what did we do? We added an extra $200 so that each family actually got $600 put into them. We took the extra $200 per family and bought extra gifts for the family. So, yeah. I made myself a nice garlic peppered loin roast last year. I'll probably be doing that again for my holiday meal. Oh, that sounds good. TM says I want to make a turkey this year, but I probably won't. Oh no. Oh, are you heading out there, Yoren? Ooh. Yoren, he's such a good friend too. God, he's a good friend. Sandman's beating me. Oh, plain old Chuck. No, it's plain old Chuck that's leaving, not Yoren. You have a good night there, buddy. You take good care of yourself, man. Don't you be telling others to stay safe. You stay safe. There's things I just love about Christmas, and most of it revolves around food. And so I'm a little concerned for this year because I can't eat. I just don't eat much. Like today, I had one small piece of pizza. That's all I've eaten all day today. And I'm telling myself, I have to eat something after the stream tonight. I just have to. I got to at least have some decent calories in me. Problem is I'm not hungry. So that's a bummer. I'll force myself to eat, but yeah, I want to make sure that I got a little bit of all the good stuff for the holidays, even if all I do is nibble, you know. JCT says I already have Christmas jammies. I still have my camouflage Santa suit from last year. That thing's going to be saggy on me this year. You know, I lost about 50 pounds. Yeah, that's good. I got spare pillows. I'll probably have to stuff the bugger. Yeah. I like turkey for Thanksgiving and ham for Christmas. I was terrible. My ex-wife, she'd vouch for me. I was terrible because, you know, I'd like to have all the family, have the kids and their kids, and my mom, her folks, her brothers, you know, anybody that could show up at our house for Christmas Eve. I had so damn much food. I could have fed the whole church. I had an excellent place that I could get a 30-pound turkey and I would get a 32-pound ham. And I would make Swedish meatballs. And we'd make bacon wrapped cocktail wieners and barbecue meatballs and hot wings, tons of hot wings. Those were just the meats. Oh, and then of course the ham wrapped cream cheese pickles. sliced pickles, Oh, yeah, make about 5 pounds of those. We would start fixing our Christmas dinner 3 days before Christmas because we'd have so much that it would take 3 days of prep to be ready for Christmas Eve. Everybody went home with, I'd get those really big to go, styrofoam to go, lidded plates. And people were walking out with 6 or 8 of those. And the ex-wife and I would look and go, oh my God, we're going to be eating Christmas dinner for the next 3 months with what's left there at the house. Yeah. Gingerbread. Num, 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 num. Yeah. Yeah. Cornish game hens for Thanksgiving and Christmas. If I by myself, they're pretty small and they look pretty festive. You know what, TM? You got me convinced. I've got 3 Cornish game hens in my freezer. That's what I'll do for Thanksgiving. I love Cornish game hens. And I can't do a turkey this year for Thanksgiving and then just a month later, another big meal for Christmas. So I'm going to do a Cornish game hen for Thanksgiving. And I think what I'll do is I'll get myself, I can get at a local store here, I can get a big, thick cut off of a whole ham. I'll get a big, thick one, weighs about 3 pounds. Then I'll have plenty of leftover ham for sandwiches and that kind of thing. And that'll be Christmas. Yeah, yeah. Boy, you got me thinking now. Christmas are closing in. It is 2 months left. The time is flying. Yeah, isn't it? It's crazy. It's crazy. I want something from, I believe it's from Massachusetts, Cambridge, a delicacy dessert treat. Oh, cool. Oh, good night, Tim. Good night, buddy. Stay safe. Stay happy. Get outdoors. Matt, I love them. Yeah. Matt's that's a good question. JCT, what kind of jammies you got? Matt's from Massachusetts. Yeah. Allie says, you got to make yourself eat a balanced amount of calories, even if you don't feel hungry. I got to do that myself semi-often. And that's it, is I was down to the point where I've been tracking my intake of food. I was at the point where I was only taking in 600 calories a day, between 400 and 600 calories a day. That's bullshit. That's BS, man. You cannot be taking that few calories. And that's why I lost all that weight. That's definitely it. I was active too. I was out busy and active. So JCT, long boxers, green sweatshirt. Awesome. Sounds comfy. Sounds very comfy. And sweet potatoes, don't forget them. I like the sides too. Oh, me too. I have specific sides I make. I make the traditional sweet potatoes. I like them with the marshmallows on them. Sorry, guys. Sometimes I'll just do candied yams with a little bit of brown sugar and glazed. Those are good too. But I like the traditional green bean, French onion casserole thing. I make a pea salad. Okay, it's made with frozen peas, mayo, diced onion, cubed up Velveeta cheese, salt and peppered, and it's to die for. Oh man, I've had people say, "Well, that's weird." Just take a spoonful and just take a bite, and they just once they've tasted it, they just go ape crazy over it. And then pink stuff, the Jello cottage cheese salad. Gotta have pink stuff, man. Um, Pickle wraps are my weakness. Allie says, "Yeah, aren't those great? No jingle bells hanging from the sweatshirt." I mean, ornaments and Christmas stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We get it. We get it. Deviled eggs. Oh, yeah. Well, see, to me, deviled eggs aren't. I can't make them for the meal because I'm eating them buggers while I'm preparing the meal. Next thing I know, I got no deviled eggs left. And then mashed taters and gravy. Gotta have mashed potatoes and gravy. The Yeah, Matt's a sucker for some green bean casserole. Yeah, yeah, I love it. I love it. And I gotta have cranberry. I gotta have cranberry and good dressing. Um, I'll use Petridge Farm or one of the brands of the cubes. But boy, I doctor mine up. My dressing has the turkey giblets in it, onion, and raisins and cranberries, craisins in it. Lots of diced onion. It's pretty damn good. And TM says, "I'm getting hungry." To add some jalapeno peppers to them. Yeah. Yeah. A little bit of jalapeno in them deviled eggs is pretty good. Doggone good. Yeah. You bet. I don't mind a deviled egg with a little bite to it. Yeah. Yeah. You know, sprinkle a little bit of paprika on them. And I keep telling people, paprika to me on deviled eggs, that's a garnish. That's just to make them look pretty. You don't get enough flavor out of that paprika. So yeah, put a little bit of jalapeno in the deviled egg. Yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah, we spoke about that before. I know it sounds like an old conversation, don't it? But it's worth revisiting. That's one thing I insisted I'm doing this year. Down in Hayward, Wisconsin, which is only an hour's drive for me, there's a bakery. They make the largest rosettes you ever saw. They're about that tall, and they're about that big around. They're huge, and they are made just perfect. And they're not very expensive. They're only like 60 cents, 65 cents a piece. And I'll go down there. I can't do it this year because they won't stay fresh long enough. But I'd go down there just for the ex-wife and I, and I'd get 2 dozen of them. Well, the things are huge. And oh lordy, I can sit and eat them damn things. And I can't anymore, but I sure could eat one a day. So, or two a day maybe. I could squeeze it. I could force it, but yeah. Matt saying, "Remember my sister made them for Thanksgiving last year." Allie says, "I got to have my sweet potatoes with marshmallows. It's a childhood favorite." Yeah, I grew up on them. I mean, and for crying out loud, I was growing up in the late 50s, early 60s, and I grew up on sweet potatoes with their marshmallows on them. I wish I had a big kitchen because I would go cookie crazy. Back when I was married, we always had big houses we lived in, and always had made sure we had big kitchens. And I'd go cookie nuts. I mean, I'd make these sour cream cutout type cookies. I'd make these sugar cookies that my sister had the recipe for, just to die for. I'd make pinwheels. I'd make almond chocolate. I'd make cherry vanilla, and I made all different, like a half dozen different flavors of pinwheels. And I love them things. I'd sit there just, I gotta, it's one of those things where if they're not gone, I gotta stop because I'll eat them till they're gone. The and I'd make the oatmeal date cookies. Oh my God, those were to die for. Um, Russian tea cakes. And I made probably about 6 to 12 different types of cookies every Christmas, and sweetbreads, banana, cranberry. I, I'd make lemon poppy seed and all these different sweetbreads in the small loaves. I had a pan that I could cook 8 loaves in, bake 8 loaves at a time. And I'd make up all these sweetbreads, and then we'd do a tray with a half a dozen sweetbreads around the outside, all the different flavors of sweetbreads, and in the center, a mixture of all those cookies. And then we'd cellophane wrap it and then put it with the colored cellophane with a big Christmas bow on it. And everybody we knew got a big old tray of cookies. And it drove my ex-wife crazy because she said, God, man, you spend about $400 a year just making cookies. I couldn't help it. I love them. I love doing it. There were just things. Now, one thing, my mother would take corn puffs, the corn puffs, not the cheese puffs, the corn puffs, and she'd caramelize those with pecans mixed in. Oh my God, that's the best caramel popcorn kind of thing I've ever ate. I tried making it. I can't make it. I screw it up every time. And my mother's passed away, so I don't get it no more. Bummer. Bummer. I'm 64 years old, going on 65. Not too far down the road. And I want my mommy to make me some caramel corn. JCT says, be right back. Sandwich has my name on it. Yeah, I love it. Oh, it's some store-bought stuffing. I'm just hoping. Well, and that's it. There's a lot of store-bought stuff that if you try it, you're kind of shocked. I don't know what brand it was. I still got some in my cupboard. It's still good. I, in fact, checked the date the other day. I went through my whole pantry. Time to rotate old stuff, But I got this turkey gravy that's in the can, and I used that last year. It scared the hell out of me. I just didn't have the turkey drippings to make a decent homemade gravy. And I thought, well, I'll try this. It was an odd brand. Now I don't see it in the store, but I still got 4 cans of it in my cupboard. And I was amazed. That turkey gravy the flavor was to die for. It was excellent. Yeah. Oh yeah, store-bought rotisserie chicken is good. Oh yeah. Our Super One. I'll go buy a rotisserie chicken and then I quarter it, and then I'll I'll freeze 3/4 and eat a fourth of one. And then I take a quarter out when I want to have chicken dinner until that bugger's gone. Usually it don't last but a month, 4 meals of it. And yeah, the rotisserie chickens are awesome. It's hard to cook for one person. I could get an extra loaf and make turkey sandwiches. Yeah, see, and that's it. Is right now in my freezer, we're talking rotisserie chickens. I've got a container in my freezer packed full of chunks of a rotisserie chicken, and it's tagged for chicken soup. I'm going to make homemade chicken noodle soup with that chicken. I used to be able to just eat like a pig. The problem is with the amount of chicken I have, there's going to be a lot of chicken in that chicken noodle soup. Problem is, it's going to make a couple quarts, well, closer to a gallon. Hey, scrapping together. Good to see you there, bud. And the problem is a gallon of soup, that's going to last me, shit. A gallon of soup is 8 meals for me. Easy. Yeah, Allie, that's the way it was. We used to just love our desserts. Yeah. Yeah, we'd have get-togethers sometimes. We slow cook pulled beef, and I'd have it set up 3 different types, and I had more slow cookers than Walmart. We had one get-together one time where this gal, she come into our dining room. We had this big formal dining room. I had this conference table that was 12 feet long. The table was 12 feet long. And we're all sitting around this big conference table, plus there's people in the living room and all over. But she went in and she loaded up her plate, and she come in and she goes, "You got 4 kinds of meat going on." And she said, that was shocking enough. But she said, when I realized you have a total of 16 slow cookers going in your kitchen. I said, yeah, I didn't need them all. She goes, what the hell are you talking about? You didn't need them all. You got 16 of them. You got more than that? I said, yeah, I got another 5, I think, in the cupboard. Because when I make a meal, man, yeah. And I told her, I said, you're mistaken. I don't have only 4 meats. I said, I've got one with cocktail wieners and barbecue sauce going. I got one that's got the teriyaki kind of sauce going with cocktail wieners. I said, I've got 3 types of meatballs going. That's why I need all those slow cookers, and they're all the big slow cookers, right? Now I've got one average, it's a big slow cooker. I've got one, and then I got a small, medium-sized one, and that's all I've got. But I do have a big turkey roaster, the big electric turkey roaster. Yeah. Hope all is good out there. Yeah, so far all is pretty good. Just to update you, scrapping together. Phil, everything spicy, was up earlier this evening, and he couldn't spend the whole evening with us. His mother-in-law passed away today. Was it today? Or yesterday? Yesterday or today? And so he needs to be there for his family. So that's why Philip ain't up here. Otherwise, that's the heartbreaker this week. Yeah. Otherwise, everybody seems to be doing really good. We're having a heck of a food conversation. I like tossing a big Boston butt in my slow cooker. There you go. There you go. We used to do a big rump roast or something, just a big chunk of beef. And I'd slow cook it for 12 hours. And we had a mixture of Worcestershire sauce and soy sauce and a few other things. A little bit of sugar in it. And it would simmer in that for 12 hours. And then you take the roast out. I had these two kind of scoop fork deals that I could get it out of there without it all falling apart. Oh, and then there's all kinds of sliced onion in there cooking the whole 12 hours. Lift that roast out of there and break it up. JCT. No, her health has been poor for quite a while. And she was just shy of 90 years old. So, yeah, nothing unusual happened. Yeah, it was just life. But yeah, we'd break that roast up, and then you'd use the juice that was left in the cooker as an au jus, and you take that meat and put it in a nice big French roll, and then dribble au jus on it or dip it in au jus. Oh, it was to die for. And we used to make this Italian sausage that's just packed full of red, green, yellow bell peppers and a little bit of spicy pepper to give it a tiny bit of kick, not a lot, because we'd use a spicy sausage. And what you did was you pre-boiled the sausage and peeled the casings off of them and slice them. And we put all that together, and there was a concoction we put in with it for liquid, and slow cooked that for about 4 hours. And you take a French roll, and you just cut a slit in the one end all the way into that French roll to the other end. And you stand that French roll on end, and you'd spoon those out and pour them down the hole and shove them down in there. We had a small spoon you would use to shove, and you'd fill that French roll with the sausage and peppers. That was to die for. People went nuts over that. Yeah. Yeah, Connie. Yeah, it's totally understanding that Connie, is. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to take a while for a person to recover, Onion, taters, carrots, and some other yums. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's so much you can do to make food so interesting. That's why with my eating issues nowadays, that's the most frustrating part is I love food. And I just can't eat it. I just can't eat. I can nibble, but I can't eat. Oh, I was talking earlier that when I realized I was only taking in 400 to 600 calories a day, I had to discipline myself. Now I take in a minimum of 900 calories, and I'm darn lucky if I can get 1,200 in a day. But I force myself to eat 900 calories minimum. Yeah. I need to find a restaurant or somewhere to get invited to or something for Thanksgiving. There. I did that one Easter because we always did the big family thing. I always did all of that cooking and crap. And it was for Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, and the 4th of July. Those 4 holidays were always big, huge meal events. One Easter, I said, I ain't doing it this year. I ain't doing it. And my ex-wife said, oh, you can't just not do it. She said, the whole family would be traumatized. Well, my son worked for a restaurant that happened to be open on Easter Day. So I reserved a big enough portion of their dining room for our whole family to show up, because they were having Easter dinner buffet with ham, turkey, all the fixings you could imagine, all these different salads and everything. And I just took them to the restaurant and got them all the buffet and all these different desserts, and it's all you can eat. The only thing you didn't get was leftovers, because you're not allowed to get takeout with the everything you can eat. That's everything you can eat while you're sitting at our table. They had not take home and sit at your table, you know. But I look back on that, and it actually cost me almost $250 less to take the whole family to the restaurant. So then I ended up going home and buying all of those Easter dinner items and making smaller batches of everything, so I had all the leftovers. So I spent that $250 anyway. ain't I terrible? Yeah, ain't I terrible? That's why Sty's broke. I tell you what, if I got the resources, I'd like to do things like that. I just like it. People say, well, it's so overboard. Not really. It's not overboard. Overboard would be if I made $500 worth of cookies and I spent $25 on the rest of the meal. That'd be overboard on the damn cookies. No, I was equally generous across all the food types. Yeah. And my ex-wife, she was good with it. She understood, because we had talked about it a lot, the way I spent on holidays. And I told her, I said, it's just money for one thing. And we're buying memories is what we're doing. It's an investment in memories. That's what it is. You know, it was worth it. It was worth every penny. Subway Jared only ate 1,000 calories on that sandwich diet. 2 half sandwiches per day. Whistleblower came out. It was a scam. Yeah. Hey, Hoyt. Good to see you. Well, folks, it's that time. I mean, we're right at the top of 3 hours, and I got a few things I got to get done yet tonight, and then I got to shake it out of here pretty early tomorrow and get my tail back to camp. Tomorrow I get back to camp. I got things in camp at my site that I got to wrap up and get done and out of the way, so I don't have to deal with them for the next week. And then Friday, I got a 6-hour day of hitting 6 different campgrounds and getting all that done. Yeah. Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, I try. The Matt saying it's been great hanging out with you, Sty. Hey, the pleasure's all mine, brother. I mean, you guys, yeah, you mean so much to me. All of you mean so much to me. And I guarantee you, within an hour of shutting down the stream tonight, I'll already be anticipating next Wednesday, hanging out with you guys. I just love hanging out with y'all. You're important to me. You really are. The thanks, Kathy. That's the problem. The leftovers for the next week to try and eat. There you go. Matt's getting his good nights in early. There you go. Yeah, and now I get, because we talked about food, I get to go figure out something to eat. The stream starts at 7 p.m. Central Time, and I run it for 3 hours on Wednesday nights. Yeah. Sorry. Hey, next Wednesday. It's every Wednesday until further notice. Into the second week of November. Then I have 5 streams a week. So, and those are scheduled at 3 of them are at 5 p.m. and then 2 of them are at 7 p.m. Yeah. Yeah, Yorin, it is so great to see you. Yes. You also can eat through gentle cheese during side time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You bet. The yeah, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday shows would be 6 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. And then Thursday and Sunday shows would be 8 p.m. Eastern. You know, I have Central and Eastern and Mountain down pat. You want to screw me up? Go West Coast. Pacific time. That's when I get all screwed up. Yeah. That's like Alaska being 3 hours different than me. I'm just like, what? Yeah. So, Filipino time, which is 14 hours ahead of me. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Hey guys, it's been an awesome night. As usual, I'm going to wrap it up. I want you all to stay safe out there. I can't wait to see you next week. And until then, I'm going to grab this pretty girl out of the corner and I'm going to dance my way out of here and go get myself something to eat. Good night, everybody. Love y'all. Bye-bye.